silly Millie. You found what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to take a look in on our vegetable garden that we planted, and we're going to do some counting and graphing with whatever we find over there. And we'll see if Millie likes, maybe find something she likes to eat. So our story today is From the Garden, a counting book about growing food. And this is written by Michael Dahl and illustrated by Todd Oren. From the Garden, a counting book about growing food. And this is also a fun book because it's got hidden numbers in the illustrations. So I'll try to show you the whole picture, and then I'll try to zoom in on the hidden number. Mama pulled one fat tomato from the garden today. Right, and there's the one. Tony tugged 2 golden carrots from the garden today. Can you see where the number 2 is hiding? It's in his ear. Sarah scooped 3 red cabbages from the garden today. There's the 3. Harry hauled 4 heads of lettuce from the garden today. There it is, hiding in his crease of the page. Can you see that number 4? Dad grabbed 5 bunches of broccoli from the garden today. Piper plucked 6 juicy strawberries from the garden today. Can we find the number 6? It's hiding. There we go. There's the number 6. Grandpa picked 7 outstanding onions from the garden today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's the number 7 on his collar. And Grandma gathered 8 pods of peas from the garden today. There's the 8 on her earring. Carl collected 9 cool cucumbers from the garden today. And there's the 9 on the back of Carl's hat. The twins rooted up 10 ripe radishes from the garden today. There's that 10. I carried 11 perfect peppers in from the garden today. There's the 11. Now, the family has 12 plates of spectacular salad from the garden today. And if I remember, there's a 12 hidden on one of these plates. I just don't remember. Oh, there it is. And that's the end. So we're gonna go and take a look at our garden that we planted. And I'm gonna tell you, not really to get your hopes up too much, but I do wanna show you some funny things that have happened. So we'll go take a look. So we do have some things that are growing, and then we have some things that are struggling. So my poor peppers are not growing because every day when I come out to check on them, the squirrels or the groundhogs or the skunks or somebody has pulled them out, and every morning we shove them back in, and so they've not been able to take root, so they're doing nothing. Our watermelon that we planted, you know what the squirrels did to the watermelon? They took it out, and instead they planted a tomato plant. So I have no watermelon, but in its place is this huge tomato plant that I did not plant, the squirrels planted. We do have some cucumbers, which we're going to pick right now. And to pick a cucumber, you sort of twist it and you give it a pull. I might need 2 hands, so this might not. But you can see the cucumbers have these little spikes on them, and that's what keeps them safe from animals that might want to eat them. And they also have these little prickles on the outside of the fruit, so when you grab them, they poke you, and you want to get rid of it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a few more growing along the back. 8 and 9, but they're mixed in with my roses, so I probably won't pick them. So we've got a bunch of cucumbers. I'm not going to pick them all. I'm only going to pick the big ones. Now here we've got the things that we planted from our scrap garden. Our celery did not do so well. Our tomato is doing great. And the onions are still in my inside. Now over here we've got our cherry tomatoes, and you can see they're starting to come in good. I had some of those in a salad. We've got a baby eggplant. And I've got some green beans. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I need 2 hands to do most of the picking. Over here we've got another baby eggplant. So, so I'm gonna pick, and then I'll bring them back to the table, and we will figure out how many of each thing we're able to harvest today. Okay? So I went and I did a little harvesting, and I'm gonna set it out for you so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4 cucumbers, and here's a 5th cucumber. Let's see if I can get everybody in the picture together. Right, but what do you notice about that 5th cucumber? It's yellow. Oh no. So I had to look up, why did my cucumber turn yellow? And the answer to that is that it was getting too much sun. So when, and I just learned this, when cucumbers get too much sun, it damages the chlorophyll, and they turn yellow. So just like how leaves in fall, when their chlorophyll dies, they turn yellow, the same thing will happen to cucumbers if you leave them in the sun too long. So they said this one is going to be very bitter, and you're not going to want to eat that. So I'm not even going to count that one as part of my harvest. So in terms of good cucumbers that we can eat, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cucumbers.
Wondering why Miss Amy's cucumbers are all so strangely shaped? That's because they are not getting watered regularly. You can tell the amount of rainfall or water a cucumber has gotten by the shape When it is wider, it's getting a lot of water. And where it is very small and narrow, it is getting less water.
And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cherry tomatoes, but I'm not gonna lie, I actually picked about 10 yesterday. So had I thought about what I was doing today, we would have had at least 10 cherry tomatoes. And look at this sad guy. 1 sorry bush bean. And look, somebody's already bitten into him. So we'll leave that. I'll probably throw that into the garden for the birds or the squirrels. And I will maybe make something. I might make some tzatziki dip with my cucumbers. But really, we did not have much of a good harvest. The squirrels and the raccoons and the skunks, I think. And we have a family of possums too. And I think they like to dig in the garden, either looking for vegetables to eat or maybe looking for some soft insects to eat. But I don't know. So I think the trick when you're vegetable gardening is to plant not only for what you want to eat, but always plant a few extra for the critters and the creatures, especially if you want to do it without pesticides. So that's our graph today. I was hoping that we would get a little bit more variety, but as it turns out, we harvested the least amount of green beans, right? There's only 1. And then if we use 1-to-1 correspondence, we have the same amount of tomatoes and cucumbers, even though these are much smaller, right? Okay, be good, eat your veggies. We love you. Bye-bye.